Women are amazing. We run marathons, companies, solve problems.
Mi sueño siempre fue compartir mi arte con el mundo.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed, far reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll rot into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed, far reaching greatness. Legends never die. They're written down in eternity, but you'll never see the price it costs. The scars collected all their lives. When everything's lost, they pick up their hearts and avenge defeat. Before it all starts, they suffer through harm just to touch a dream. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed, far reaching greatness. Legends never die. When the world is calling out your name, begging you to fight. Pick yourself up once more. Pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed, far reaching greatness. Legends never die.
As a child, you would wait and watch from far away, but you always knew that you'd be the one to work while they all play. And you'd lay awake at night and scheme of all the things that you would change, but it was just a dream. Here we are, don't turn away now. We are the warriors that built this town. Here we are, don't turn away now. We are the warriors that built this town. And down will come when you have to rise above the rest and prove yourself. Your spirit never dies. Farewell, I've gone to take my throne above, but don't weep for me, 'cause this will be the labor of my There's a fire that burns inside. It's an instinct that never lies. The target's tattooed between our eyes. Stand and fight under the lights on the higher stage. A part of your life they can't take away. Just like the blood running through your veins. Everyone's watching through your eyes. There's only two options, win or die. You can never know what it's like. Your blood like a winter freezes just like ice. And there's a cold, lonely light that shines from you. You wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool could never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know while I'm still standing, you just fade away. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, I'm feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time. I'm picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Once I never could hope to win. You're starting down the road and leaving me again. The threats you made were meant to cut me down. And if our love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. And don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, I'm feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time. I'm picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, I'm feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time. I'm picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Embrace being new. Enjoy being clumsy. Love the hell out of being bad. This is just the beginning.
She sits up high, surrounded by the sun. 1,000,000 branches, and she loves everyone. Mom and Dad, did you search for me? I've been up here so long, I'm going crazy. Sun went down, we ended up on the ground. I heard the train shake the windows. You screamed over the sound. And as we own this night, I put your body to the test with mine. This love was out of control. 3, 2, 1, let it go. Now don't be crazy, yes, now of course you can't see it. Going and going,
She's mine. You stay away from her. It's not her time. Haunts her dreams at night till she's Make me a promise here tonight. Inside away, dreamless in early graves. Never wanted to be this way. The chemicals will bring you home like gas. When it's done, we say that. When it's sudden death, we fight back.
My name is Bill Tench. This is my partner, Holden Ford. We're from the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Behavioral Science.
There is a hunger that is stirring up inside of your mind. It keeps on twisting and turning to the sound of
So, you built your own business, you're the boss, and you love what you do. Maybe you have a burning passion or a fantastic idea. A website will show the world what you do so you can take your business, cause, or that big idea to the next level. With GoDaddy Go Central, you can build a better website in under an hour, and you can do it all yourself. No technical skills required. It's incredibly easy. You can get started with just a few clicks. Simply type in what your site is about, and Go Central starts you off with a design chosen just for you, filled with professional images.
This is gospel for the fallen ones, locked away in permanent slumber, assembling their philosophies from pieces of broken memories. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. They're gnashing teeth and criminal tongues conspire against the odds, but they haven't seen the best of us yet. If you love me, let me go. If you love me, let me go. 'Cause these words are nice enough to leave scars. The fear of falling apart. Truth be told, I never was yours. The fear of falling apart. This is gospel for the vagabonds, ne'er-do-wells and insufferable bastards, confessing their apostasies, led away by imperfect imposters. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Don't try and sleep through the end of the world and bury me alive, 'cause I won't give up without a fight. If you love me, let me go. If you love me, let me go. 'Cause these words are nice enough to leave scars. The fear of falling apart. Truth be told, I never was yours. The fear of falling apart. 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 The fear of falling apart.
Never Ending Pasta Bowl is back at Olive Garden, starting at $9.99. Come in for over 100 combinations of pastas, sauces, and toppings, with everyone's favorite chicken Alfredo, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks, only for a limited time.
Am I the only one I know? Waging my words behind my face and above my throat. Shadows will scream that I'm alone. Oh, oh.
slight drizzle. Whether it's the weather or the letters by my bed, sometimes death seems better than the migraine in my head. Let it be said what the headache represents. It's me defending in suspense. It's me suspended in a defenseless test, being tested by a ruthless examiner that's represented best by my depressing thoughts. I do not have writer's block. My religious hates the clock. It will not let me sleep. I get so sleep when I'm dead, and sometimes death seems better than the migraine in my head. Am I the only one I know waging my wars behind my face and above my throat? Shadows will scream that I'm alone, but I know we've made it this far, kid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am not as fine as I seem. Pardon me for yelling and telling you green gardens are not what's growing in my psyche. It's a different me, a difficult to beast, a feasting umber down trees. Freeze frame, please let me paint a mental picture portrait. Something you won't forget. It's all about my forehead and how it is adored that holds back contents that make Pandora's box contents look non-violent. Behind my eyelids are islands of violence. My mind shipwrecked. This is the only land my mind could find. I did not know it was such a violent island, full of tidal waves, suicidal crazed lions. They're trying to eat me, blood running down the chin. And I know that I can fight or I can let the lion win. I begin to assemble what weapons I can find, cause sometimes to stay alive you gotta kill your mind. Am I the only one I know waging my wars behind my face and above my throat? Shadows will scream that I'm alone, but I know we've made it this far, kid. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I will say that we should take a day to break away from all the pain our brain has made. The game is not played alone. And I will say that we should take a moment and hold it and keep it frozen and know that life has a hopeful undertone. And I will say that we should take a day to break away from all the pain our brain has made. The game is not played alone. And I will say that we should take a moment and hold it and keep it frozen and know that life has a hopeful undertone. Am I the only one I know waging my wars behind my face and above my throat? Shadows will scream that I'm alone, but I know we've made it this far, kid. We've made it this far. We've made it this far.
Long live effort.
When I was a kid, I hid my heart under the bed because my mother said if you're not careful, someday someone's gonna break it. Take it from me, under the bed is not a good hiding spot. I know because I've been shot down so many times I get altitude sickness just from standing up for myself. When I was a kid, I could fill a bookshelf with every different way they would tell me how not to play. They'd say it's time to start putting childish things away. And I was like, fuck you. This is Skeletor. But more and more they made me believe that our hearts are like door knocks, and that's where we get the sound of the beat. And I'll never get to meet the man inside me if I can't stand still long enough to be there. I'll never make it anywhere if I keep running away. I'll never know myself if all I ever do is play Nicky Nicky Nine Doors to Ask, don't you want to be a man? And when I was a kid, I wanted to be a man. I wanted a registered retirement savings plan that would keep me in candy long enough to make old age sweet. I wanted 2 left feet so I could dance circles around important issues until way past my bedtime. I'm not saying I don't have opinions, just that others were less likely to argue if they were as tired as I was. Fatigue does to men what a goodnight kiss does to kids. It puts weights on our eyelids and returns us to a place where reason and imagination lace together shoes whose tongues stick out at stillness and beckon us to move forward. As a kid, I was always drawn toward moonlight, despite an armada of adults who insisted I must set my days according to sunlight. I would lay in bed and fight sleep, believing if I shut my eyes even for an instant, I would miss out on something amazing. Turns out I was right. I have seen stars stamped into the night like cookie-cutter designs, drew lines in between each one, inventing new constellations so that when somebody asked me, "What's your sign?" I could point to mine, the one hanging over the first door past the finish line, and say it's right there. The one marked exit. Because one day all this getting ahead bullshit will be over and people will start looking for me and I'll be there. I'll wear my best flashing red and you will stand winner circle thoroughbred. I will unthread the screws that will put you throughout this life, then smile and say, you made it. When I was a kid, I traded in homework assignments for friendship, then gave each friend a late slip for never showing up on time, and in most cases, not at all. I gave myself a hall pass to get through each broken promise. And I remember this plan born out of frustration from a kid who kept calling me Yogi, then pointed to my tummy and said, too many picnic baskets. Turns out it's not that hard to trick someone. And one day before class, I said, yeah, you can copy my homework. And I gave him all the wrong answers that I'd written down the night before. He got his paper back expecting a near perfect score and couldn't believe it when he looked across the room at me and held up a 0. I know I didn't have to hold up my paper of 28 out of 30, but my satisfaction was complete when he looked at me puzzled, and I thought to myself, smarter than the average bear, motherfucker. When I was a kid, I slid love letters through the slots of lockers that belonged to my secret crushes. Built paintbrushes from the tiny hairs that stood on end every time I saw them. My brain stem finally blooming into thoughts. I connected dots and made masterpieces. Each brushstroke a thesis dedicated to the explanation that you, not knowing who I was only because anonymity made it easier to be brave. I dipped my brush into a tidal wave of I hope this will one day wash over me. I can guarantee, if you've ever had a secret admirer, it was someone very much like me who loved someone very much like you. It was someone who wanted to tell you how much you meant, how every second we spent thinking of you was simply the cost of getting us through the hard times. We saved nickels and dimes hoping our first date would be with you. Through the discipline of love, we gave up comic books and video games. I promise you, every guy I've ever met remembers the names of the ones they loved first, that our thirst for love continues as we cross the deserts of maybe, believing we will find an oasis of yes. We acquiesce. Yes, we probably should have just said something, but we were chicken shit. We lit the fuses of our hearts and exploded every time you walked on by. When I was a kid, I did stupid shit. Ripped the women's underwear section out of the Sears Christmas Wish catalog and blamed it on my granddad. He did end up covering for me and had only this to say, "You're only 12, so I'm impressed. But take it from experience, don't hide that under your mattress." So I didn't. I hid it in the empty box of a board game that I never used to play. And on the day when my grandmother eventually found it, she reamed him out for hiding pornography in her grandson's bedroom. The impending doom of the truth set upon me like a dying sun, sending its last ray of light over the horizon and aimed directly at me. He didn't say a word. Incurred the full wrath and laughed with me later, saying it's like your heart. It doesn't matter where you hide it. Lovers are like little kids lifting up a rock looking for an insect. They will find that shit. When I was a kid, I trusted myself enough to know that one day I'd be a man. One day I'd have a childhood for a past and a future for a backup plan. That every gauntlet I ever ran was a potato sack race in which time would chase me further toward an ending. I am bending myself back to the beginning, reminding myself there's no winning any race against yourself. Slow down. And when the kid in you falls, turn around. Pick them up, dust them off, then continue. Trust me, you are gonna need that kid. You are gonna need someone to remind you that every weed is a flower. Just trying to make shit work. That every jerk you ever encounter is just another someone who somehow forgot it's okay to need a hug. It's okay to be afraid. When I was a kid, I played hopscotch with the lines they drew in the sand, landed on the conclusion that secondhand clothes at least have the benefit of experience, and I've got a 137th hand heart, broken apart and stitched back together at the seams. I've cartwheeled across balance beams made from the broken finger bones of people who could not let go of this life. I still love the night. I love the fact that if you squint your eyes just right, stars look like porcupines of light, stumbling across the dark, dipping their quills into the night, trying to write apologies for all of the unanswered wishes from the times we once wished upon them. And sometimes I still wish. And most times I wish I didn't have to. I wish I didn't have to wish. So I guess what I'm saying is that I hope I never forget that kid who grew up inside me. He just seemed to laugh a little bit louder, smiled just a little bit longer, loved a whole lot stronger, world's first official awesome monger, taking awesome from door to door. Take as much as you need, don't worry about me, I got more. I got a candy store filled with whatever it's gonna take to make tomorrow sweet. I got 2 left feet and no bedtime. I'm still not brave enough to have an orgy, but I rock the slumber party, come nap with me. First one to fall asleep loses. First one to fall asleep wins. The race stops at the start and the finish line is where it begins, so this time first one to lose wins. I know we never meant to turn our hearts into garbage bins. It was an accident. I know the headlines about us giving up were a misprint and really just bad reporting. I know we've been boarding up all the windows from the outside in. We've been doing it ever since they told us to start letting things go. And I know we got into the habit of throwing everything away. But your heart is a door knock, and every time it beats, it's just that kid's way of asking, can you please come out and play? I'm not the only kid who grew up this way. Surrounded by people who used to say that rhyme about sticks and stones. As if broken bones hurt more than the names we got called, and we got called them all. So we grew up believing no one would ever fall in love with us. That we'd be lonely forever. That we'd never meet someone to make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in their tool shed. So broken heartstrings bled the blues as we tried to empty ourselves so we would feel nothing. Don't tell me that hurts less than a broken bone. That an ingrown life is something surgeons can cut away. That there's no way for it to metastasize, it does. She was 8 years old. Our first day of grade 3 when she got called ugly. We both got moved to the back of class so we would stop getting bombarded by spitballs. But the school halls were a battleground where we found ourselves outnumbered day after wretched day. We used to stay inside for recess because outside was worse. Outside we'd have to rehearse running away or learn to stay still like statues, giving no clues that we were there in grade 5. They tipped a sign to the front of her desk that read, "Beware of dog." To this day, despite a loving husband, she doesn't think she's beautiful because of a birthmark that takes up a little less than half her face. Kids used to say she looks like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising 2 kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom. Because they see her heart before they see her skin, because she's only ever always been amazing. He was a broken branch grafted onto a different family tree. Adopted. Not because his parents opted for a different destiny. He was 3 when it became a mixed drink of 1 part left alone and 2 parts tragedy. Started therapy in 8th grade. Had a personality made up of tests and pills. Lived like the uphills were mountains and the downhills were cliffs. 4/5 suicidal, a tidal wave of antidepressants, and an adolescence being called pauper. 1 part because of the pills, 99 parts because of the cruelty. He tried to kill himself in grade 10 when a kid who could still go home to mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, "Get over it." As if depression is something that can be remedied by any of the contents found in a first aid kit. To this day, he is a stick of TNT lit from both ends. Could describe to you in detail the way the sky bends in the moments before it's about to fall. And despite an army of friends who all call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between people who can't understand. Sometimes being drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. The classics were "Hey Stupid," "Hey Spaz." Seems like every school has an arsenal of names getting updated every year. And if a kid breaks in a school and no one around chooses to hear, do they make a sound? Or they just background noise from a soundtrack stuck on repeat when people say things like kids can be cruel? Every school was a big top circus tent, and the pecking order went from acrobats to lion tamers, from clowns to carnies. All of these miles ahead of who we were freaks. Lobster claw boys and bearded ladies. Oddities juggling depression and loneliness, playing solitaire, spin the bottle, trying to kiss the wounded parts of ourselves and heal. But at night, while the others slept, we kept walking the tightrope. It was practice, and yes, some of us fell. But I want to tell them that all of this is just debris left over when we finally decide to smash all the things we thought we used to be. And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get a better mirror. Look a little closer. Stare a little longer. Because there's something inside you that made you keep trying despite everyone who told you to quit. You built a cast around your broken heart and signed it yourself. You signed it. They were wrong. Because maybe you didn't belong to a group or a clique. Maybe they decided to pick you last for basketball or everything. Maybe you used to bring bruises and broken teeth to show and tell but never told. Because how can you hold your ground if everyone around you wants to bury you beneath it? You have to believe that they were wrong. They have to be wrong. Why else would we still be here? We grew up learning to cheer on the underdog because we see ourselves in them. We stem from a root planted in the belief that we are not what we were called. We are not abandoned cars stalled out and sitting empty on some highway. And if in some way we are, don't worry. We only got out to walk and get gas. We are graduating members from the class of We Made It. Not the faded echoes of voices crying out names will never hurt me. Of course, they did. But our lives will only ever always continue to be a balancing act that has less to do with pain and more to do with beauty.
though we're broke right now, girl, I guarantee that I will work this out. Yeah, see, I got this plan. Are you in or out? I need to understand. Trips to Rio, 5-star Mio. Girl, don't quit on me now. If I gotta beg or steal, no big deal. Oh, let me break it down. If I had the money, let me tell you how it'd be. I'd take over the country, everywhere would bow to me. Sit up in my palace and maybe you would be my queen. We'd run this shit together, just you wait and see. We'll be royalty. We'll be royalty. We'll be royalty. So would you cover me if I gotta take out any enemy? Yeah, cause it might get ugly. Plenty things that you don't wanna see. You're about to party with stars, fancy cars. Girl, don't quit on me now. I gotta rob or steal, no big deal. This is how we going now. If I had the money, let me tell you how it'd be. I'd take over the country, everywhere would bow to me. Sit up in my palace, and maybe you would be my queen. We'd run this shit together, just you wait and see. We'll be royalty, and I'll be the king, baby. We'll be sitting on the throne, hey. We'll be sitting on the throne, you and me, all alone. Ain't no stopping us now, hey. We'll be royalty, so who do you trust? Girl, it's ride or die. We'll be royalty, so pack your stuff, let's take this to the sky. We'll be royalty, so who do you trust? Girl, it's ride or die. We'll be royalty, so pack your stuff, let's take this to the sky. We'll be royalty. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. Cause I don't fucking care at all. You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring all your words, not making any sense. But I don't fucking care at all. Cause I have hella feelings for you. I act like I don't fucking care, like they ain't even there. Cause I have hella feelings for you. I act like I don't fucking care, cause I'm so fucking scared. I'm only a fool for you.
and maybe you're too good for me. I'm only a fool for you, but I don't fucking care at all. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. Cause I don't fucking care at all. You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring on your words, not making any sense. But I don't fucking care at all. Cause I have hella feelings for you. I act like I don't fucking care, like they ain't even there. Cause I have hella feelings for you. I act like I don't fucking care, cause I'm so fucking scared. I'm only a fool for you, and maybe you're too good for me. I'm only a fool for you, but I don't fucking care at all.
like I woke up from a nightmare. It's like I woke up from a nightmare. It's like I woke up from a nightmare.
Do you like books? Well, so do we. At Book of the Month, we make it easy and fun to discover your next favorite read. And this month, we have a free book just for you. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, the author of The Fault in Our Stars and Paper Towns. Head to bookofthemonth.com to join today and get your free copy. Click right here, right where the squiggly arrow is.
Cause we've been driving so long, I can't remember how we got here, or how we survived so long. I'm trying to run from a cry till you step out of my atmosphere. And I remember how I spent the 23rd feeling 6 feet under when I'm 30,000 feet in the air. Chasing that sun down so far east, I'm westbound, feeling like the edge of this world is near. But you'll feel better when you wake up. Swear to God I'll make up everything and more when I get back someday. This is more than just a phase, love, shooting stars will break up. And even though it seems like half the world away, things will be better in America. Heard the streets are gold there. Maybe I can fly you at this place someday. I'm chasing dreams like I'm a Novocaine, screaming through your airwaves. Looking back, I almost thought I heard you say, stay, you're not gonna leave me. This place is right where you need to be. And why your words gotta mean so much to them, and they mean nothing to me. So stay, you're not what you're hearing. Cause I've been watching you changing. And who said you wanted a million? Anyway, cause you see only what you want to. Your tunnel vision owns you, and you can't see what's wrong when you keep sleeping through the PM. Eyes wide open when you're dreaming. You're sleepwalking, just keep talking. Maybe you can talk your way out of this deep end. Don't be planning your system, just tell me what you're thinking. I'm scared you might fall, but you're not. But you're not. And you feel better when you wake up, taking off your makeup. Sun always seems to wash our fears away, and it's always shining somewhere. I just gotta get there. And even though it seems like half the world away, things are better in America. I heard the streets are gold there. Maybe I can fly you at this place someday. Chasing dreams like I'm a Novocaine, screaming through your airwaves. Looking back, I almost thought I heard you say, stay, you're not gonna leave me. This place is right where you need to be. And why your words gotta mean so much to them, when they mean nothing to me. So stay, you're not what you're hearing. Cause I've been watching you changing. And who said you wanted a million? You're so much better than that. You're so much better than that. Stay, you're not what you're hearing. Cause I've been watching you changing. And who said you wanted a million? Anyway. Cause we've been driving so long, I can't remember how we got here, or how we survived so long. trying to run from a cry till you step out of my atmosphere. And I remember how I spent the 23rd feeling 6 feet under when I'm 30,000 feet in the air. Chasing that sun down so far east I'm westbound, feeling like the edge of this world is near. But you'll feel better when you wake up. Swear to God I'll make up everything and more when I get back someday. This is more than just a phase, love, shooting stars will break up. And even though it seems like half the world away, things will be better in America. Heard the streets are gold there. Maybe I can fly you at this place someday. I'm chasing dreams like I'm a Novocaine, screaming through your airwaves. Looking back, I almost thought I heard you say, stay, you're not gonna leave me. This place is right where you need to be. And why your words gotta mean so much to them, and they mean nothing to me. So stay, you're not what you're hearing, 'cause I've been watching you changing. And who said you're one in a million? Anyway, 'cause you see only what you want to. Your tunnel vision owns you, and you can't see what's wrong when you keep sleeping through the PM. Eyes wide open when you're dreaming. You're sleepwalking, just keep talking. Maybe you can talk your way out of this deep end. Don't be planning your system, just tell me what you're thinking. I'm scared you might fall, but you're not. But you're not. And you feel better when you wake up, taking off your makeup. Sun always seems to wash our fears away, and it's always shining somewhere. I just gotta get there. And even though it seems like half the world away, things are better in America. I heard the streets are gold there. Maybe I can fly you at this place someday. Chasing dreams like I'm a Novocaine, screaming through your airwaves. Looking back, I almost thought I heard you say, stay, you're not gonna leave me. This place is right where you need to be. And why your words gotta mean so much to them, when they mean nothing to me. So stay, you're not what you're hearing, 'cause I've been watching you changing. And who said you're one in a million? So much better now. You're so much better now. You're so much better now. Stay, you're not what you're hearing, 'cause I've been watching you change.